why it's not.
Okay, so if we turn this, so sorry for the inconvenience. Our camera up there isn't turning on, so we'll just go live, but I can't see if they can see the podium. There we go. I'll figure that out.
Okay, I'll call this meeting to order. First up, I have a couple add-ons on the new business. Under 8.11, we have a resolution to seek funds for Toys for Tots. And under 8.12, we have some prices here for a new compressor for the shop that just broke down this week, so we'll discuss it.
Roll call, we'll do, Tanya?
Present.
Carissa?
Here.
Mayor Levine?
Here,
Counselor Levine? Here. Counselor Johnson?
Here.
Thank you.
all right, we'll now do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor Levine, can you have a motion to add those items to the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, under unfinished, no, consent agenda, do we have any discussion?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as it stands.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Item 7, do you have any appearances tonight? Under unfinished business, review wages for casual and seasonal employees. What are we paying now? 15, I believe, for casual labor,
15 and 12.
15 and 12.
and 12 for, that's like the kids in the summertime,
Under 18.
under 18. Well,
I think we should
I'm willing
increase
to
it.
raise it up.
Yeah.
We're having trouble getting anybody, and even the ones that are here, you know, it's hard to keep them.
I was thinking maybe 18 and 15.
I think so.
It's the going rate these days. We found, I think, McDonald's for $18 now
Mhm.
to the workers.
And we don't get a lot of them anyway,
Right.
so, it's, you know, we used to have 10 people at a time, now we get 1 or 2 for lucky. All right, so, make a motion to raise it up to 18. Any further discussion? Susan, you got anything on that? You happy with that?
I think it's high myself. $3 raise.
I know, but
But I don't have the answer either. I don't know if it'll make a difference for us and, you know, I don't know that as any of us. I would be happy with $1 and maybe in January raise it or next summer, see, but I'm good with what the council feels. I'm just concerned how it was put in the budget.
How many hours typically do we have casual laborers? That might be interesting to know.
You know,
I mean, like, so if we have.
Total.
Yeah, total. Total, like, how many hours are we, you know, if we have 6 casual laborers and they each work 59 shifts, and, you know.
we never had that.
It would be interesting
Lucky
to
if
see.
we keep 2 around, and most of the time I'll go 1 and 0. So it varies at different times of the year. spring you need them, and this time of year with snow coming, snow shovels for all the buildings and stuff like that, and extra, fire hall, and all the little buildings. And probably have a couple at the most, maybe 3 max. Yes, Pat?
I think the casual should go up, maybe the seasonal, not 3.
Yeah, we could do
Maybe
that.
$1 or
Most of the
2,
kids-
or,
Kids that come.
I mean, we could do that maybe next summer too, or next spring before we,
Maybe $1.
but then are we considering the rink attendant?
That would be your casual.
That would be that's a casual and not a seasonal? Those should
I mean, seasonal, of
Okay.
course. Casual is currently
okay.
$15 an hour. Seasonal is $12 an hour. Rink attendant is $12 an hour.
Okay.
And we have a hard time getting people to apply.
15.
Who's the,
The rink attendant flutter,
that's different.
that's
You have
different,
something
okay.
different.
I just wanna make sure I'm hearing and we're all understand, yeah, okay.
So we are having a difficult time trying to get people to apply to be rink attendants. We've ran it in the newspaper, we've got it out there on social media. If you look on social media and you refer to the other mining cities, they pay more for rink attendants.
I think we have to bump it up. I'm in favor of bumping it up, however we disperse that, and I appreciate the question, like just the budget, because we have to be very conscious of the budget right now. But, I mean, even the construction workers, like entry level, I think they're like $18 an hour starting, they're working outside, doing all that stuff, so I don't think we're gonna get people running here unless we increase the cost or the rate, wage.
And I guess I just have something else, question for Eric. So on the casuals that we have now, are they coming in and actually every day and working, or are they only when you have something for them to do?
No, they've been there, we've been busy.
Okay.
It's nice to have Mike, Jukas just done a great job, you know. He's been there every day.
Okay.
The other 2 are kind of sporadic.
Okay. Because, I mean, I don't want them driving around in a truck picking up sticks every day, and I think that's why we have this on the agenda for the cleanup days thing, is what we talked about at the last meeting. I mean, so if they're doing some good physical labor, like, you know, that's what the ponds or the beds and that kind of stuff. Okay. I mean, just because they only get so many shifts, so we don't want to have them here if they're not getting some good productive work done.
And they'll never get, none of them will get 59 this year, then they have to go out for next year.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna start all over.
And then I just had one thought also, as far as if you increase the rate, does that go immediately or?
Well, that's what we have
We have
to
to make
decide.
that decision.
Okay, does it start the next term?
Okay, thanks.
So, December 1st?
December 1st then, do the ring.
Time of the year we need them.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the wage increase for casual labor from $15 to $18, and for the seasonal employees from $12 to $15, beginning December 1st, 2023.
I thought we weren't gonna raise the seasonal worker.
Well, that is the rink attendant.
That. We're already stuck in
It's her motion.
case that comes straight. Sure, that'd be a lot of money. If you raise them all to 50, how many we usually get, 4 or 5?
Oh, yeah, you're
6.
thinking about all the
Summer, no.
should we just stick with the casual right now? Is that what you're thinking,
Can
or
we
what's it?
differentiate between the seasonal rink attendants and the,
We probably have to create a new category, right?
Yeah, that would be okay if we just did that.
You probably want to put it somewhere in your policy.
do a
or-
resolution
Job on it.
for it?
Kept children or kids that-
But you still have a
Keep them at
distinction
12.
is your criteria under 18 versus over 18? Is the rate attendant normally someone over 18 or is it normally someone
Over 18.
yeah, this?
Mm-hmm,
But they're still categorized as seasonal, I suppose, because it's ranked.
yeah.
So maybe you create a third category of seasonal over 18? I don't know, an idea. Seasonal.
Well, I think
under
we,
18?
yeah, or can we just do a casual labor, or would he be over?
I would just leave the 18 and over goes to 18
18.
Mhm.
and leave the other for now.
Yeah, that would work.
But you want to be careful again designating, I understand you have a category of casual versus seasonal, they're distinct in terms of the number of hours and how long they work, right? So
Right.
you want to make sure you're clarifying that as well.
But even if they're over 8, yeah, seasonal, still
The
seasonal.
rink
Yeah.
attendants usually will not do the 59 shifts anyhow.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And yeah, they
and
they
it
could be
starts,
done in
yeah.
February 3rd
Yeah.
and have 4 weeks. You know, you can't predict the weather.
It's gonna shut down so early.
Plus it starts all over, so.
True, good point. Yeah.
So casual up to 15 to 18 and then seasonal over 18 is 15? Is that what we're saying?
Mm-hmm,
You get all that right?
yes. Age over. So we need a resolution then for that.
You could pass a motion and we could supplement that resolution.
Okay.
I'll second it. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, 7.2, streetscape entry sign. Counselor Francis.
I had talked to Beth about that. I called over to Masaba Sign and talked to Amby. She said she's still waiting on those people and it should be up by the 22nd. The 2 pans that have to go in those 2 holes that are up there. That's the best she could give me, but they're still working, you know, but things are just not moving as quickly as hopefully, you know, that they were hoping for. So that's all that I have on that.
Okay,
I just have a question. So do we need to extend that grant again? Or
No, the grant is till next summer when I looked at it. And it's even in here, I believe the extension is in here. It wasn't until September, whatever, it was till 2024,
Oh, good.
June, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Deb?
I thought it was through October.
October of 2023?
Yeah. Counselor Johnson, I've reached out to her again today, so hopefully, we'll have an answer on that.
Request grant expiration is June 28th of 2024.
Okay.
So that's what we're talking about, right? That's when this grant
Oh,
is.
that's when they extended it then. Because it was June 30th, so they must have extended it the last time they requested.
I'm assuming that's what you thought.
Okay, I did the extension, but I didn't think I did it till that long, but okay, we'll go with that.
Just so everyone's aware.
Okay.
Okay, number 8, new business. Review the quote from overhead door hitting. Minnesota for the village garage. That's the old garage down. The block garage, and the sand pile.
And you want to have a second quote that also came in.
Where's this?
I handed it to you.
Oh, this one. So was this in like our budget for the year?
I don't think so. It's just capable.
The glass is starting to fall out of the doors. It's not safe. thought I showed you, Mickey, that.
Yeah, you did. I looked
And
at
then I
it.
showed him again, it's, you can push your finger into the
And this is on the west
annex
side?
building where we
Oh,
store.
the annex, okay.
Yeah,
Across the street?
yes. And, okay, Dynamic came in with a much better price, as you
Yeah.
can see.
Very nice.
Almost, a little more than half, okay? And my thoughts, if it's gotta wait, it's gotta wait. I mean, it's just not safe, it's scary standing under it. What if we even did one? Because either one was okay with that when I brought that up, overhead doors. So, yeah, we could do that maybe next year. Just so we have means of.
Are we gonna be going in and out of there over the winter?
Well, we do, yeah, Christmas decorations for the poles are in there. And, there's other stuff, cones are in there. If we need wood, it's in there.
Sawhorses are in there or whatever.
There's things that are in there. I mean, yeah, we store things in there. It's hard to keep everything in the shop and have need to work. If it can fit out there and it's fine out there, that's where it goes. It doesn't need to be in a heated building. You gotta go in there with the skid steer and grab the attachment, the grapple, because the tree's up. We can go over there and grab it. We need that in the shop. So,
I just hate to put money in that building, right? It's such bad shape as it is,
That's what happens.
and I don't know if anybody on the council has thought about this, but Joe Balin has that building that's the newer pole building that's adjacent to the one that we have. Maybe we should think about buying that building and shutting that one down, except for that where we keep the paint. We just have to face that off the one side and tear that building down in the near future.
well, that corner, I planned on doing something with it. It can be shored up. That building is a lot better building than a pole building. What hasn't been done is maintenance, The downspout has been pouring on that corner for years. There is no downspout, it's just running down that corner, so then it freezes. And the more damage you get, the more damage you get, the more damage you get, freezing and thawing and whatever. But my plan is to core fill those areas, and I've got a plan to do that. I mean,
I know we say we put new doors on it, and then next, here comes the roof. We're gonna need a roof, okay?
it's gonna need a roof.
The roof's gonna be how much? 30,000, 40,000? We could buy the other building for that, or build a pole barn. I mean, we're just using it for storage, we're not heating it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just,
How
I
much,
think everybody should. take
how
a
big
look.
is it, the building? Like,
I'm gonna say it's in the neighborhood of 40 by 50, 40 by 60, something like that.
Somewhere.
and was that the one we were gonna paint? Or do
It's gonna
something?
need paint, it's
Because
gonna
we had
need
talked
a
about
roof.
that last year, about painting, I think, and maybe the roof.
The
But we
city
haven't
garage
done
needs to be painted, the department needs to be painted, they all need to be painted, But that's it, that building, I bet you there, if you looked at it, there hasn't been a dime spent on it in 40 years. The city garage is 30 years old, nothing was done to it in these 30 years since that building was built. And I'm guessing before that, probably a decade. So even if you said $500 a year, for 40 years, that's 20,000, you gotta spend something on your buildings every year.
Mhm.
You have to.
Agreed, yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's worth fixing, but that's totally up to you guys, whatever you decide to do there. I mean, it's just right now, not safe.
I like to table this for a couple weeks and everybody to take a look at the building.
I was just
On the
gonna say, if I
council, Go on there and look at what you put money into, okay?
Yeah.
All I'm
Right.
asking. Nobody really had a chance to do that. And if we feel necessary,
This also.
and I'm looking at this bid. How much is it, Eric?
Okay, from Jeff Canada,
Yep.
Dynamic Door, both of them, the total bill was $11,185
For both doors,
with
okay.
operators and, whole deal. So that's almost $9,000 less than overhead doors. Very substantial difference. Non-insulated door, overhead door set, their insulated doors are as cheap as their non-insulated doors. That doesn't make sense to me, but that's what he said.
To the next meeting or whatever.
So that's where it's at. Yeah, one door is what then? 56. Half of 11,055, 65.
Yeah, but are they gonna, if we only go with one, are they just gonna cut it in half, or are they gonna say, could you do
Yeah,
two?
no, that's what they both said.
Okay.
They would
And that's
allow.
what I'm thinking, one, I really hate to not have something safe for them going in and out, and I know that it's tight, but this maintenance thing that has gone on, as we talked about at the last meeting, and Tanya was saying, we need to get something going for all of our buildings, you know. And I don't know what the payroll runs, that doesn't really matter, but there's 103,640 in the budget that was put in from last year yet. Left, you know. So, 5,000 out of that, safety for our employees, I don't have the answers, but it's something I think we need to look at.
I'm not in favor of skimping on the safety part, but I would like to go down and just look at what you're talking, only for a visual of myself, Eric, because if you think that, and I think this is a bigger conversation, like there's other ideas, and I just wanna be informed, and I know I could have called you probably last week and done it anytime, but I would just like to go around and see what you're
Exactly.
talking about, if
And
you
I
don't
would
mind.
appreciate that, you know, so you do understand it.
Yeah,
Maybe have an engineer look at the building and see if what I'm thinking is but, you know, and I know it is. I mean, now if you build block buildings, you have to go fill the block, you know. You put
Yeah.
the wall every 2 feet and vertical rebar, and yeah, you have to do that on a block building. I've just never done that with them. But it still can be, you can do it.
can we do it at next meeting?
Yeah.
Go visit?
I just need a motion to table it to the meeting.
Okay.
We can decide.
I'll make a motion to table, the door conversation until next meeting,
Annex building.
the annex building
Yeah.
conversation.
I'll second that. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I have a
Pam?
question. How long does it take to get the door?
Both of them said they would be able to get it done within a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks? Okay, so it's not a problem if we wait 2 more weeks?
Well, then it puts it off again.
I know, so
Yeah.
you're looking at a month.
Somewhere around the first week of December, you know, that's totally fine. It's just something one way or the other has to be done, you know. You could fix it or tear it down. And when you see how much stuff is in it, and the other building's full, this one has a floor in it, that's what's nice about it. It's got that overhead crane in it.
Are those doors, work all for any of our other buildings, or are they different size?
Well,
The only reason I'm saying that is if we had another door on one of our newer buildings that's been damaged, or, you know, we could just we could buy a new door for that one and flop that one. It would probably cost us more money.
you
Because
know,
we have to buy a better door for the other buildings.
the cheaper doors are uninsulated.
Right.
You know, they really.
And that's all you need there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.
I guess, Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we pursue, do some research on maybe obtaining that other building.
Yeah.
From Valence or whoever has it.
It might not be an option, maybe they sell the whole place at one, but there is an alley that goes through, they may split it, you know, and that would be all our picnic tables, everything, because those picnic tables, we gotta keep painting them over and over, because they sit outside all winter, and they're next to the salt piles, that doesn't help either.
They're open to us making an offer.
They are,
Yes.
I think it would be a good idea.
Okay.
I mean, it needs a little bit of work, but nothing.
I'll make a motion for the mayor and the clerk to gather more information on purchasing the steel building from family of Joe Balin or whoever has it.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. All right, Alan, discuss benchmark engineering preliminary punch list.
So I guess, in your packet, you have a punch list that we put together. There's a punch list for the lift station and also a punch list, kind of overall for the project. It's not a complete punch list. We'd like to do a walkthrough with, the contractor and the city and, identify any of the other things that could have been overlooked. Davis Utility Systems, I have not received any correspondence back. Some possible that we can still do it this fall or in winter, but it's looking more likely that it's gonna carry over till next spring, completing some of these items. If there's items you guys are aware of, just, I'd be happy to add them to the list and keep it on the list as well, so. That's all I have, unless there's any questions.
Did you go down there, Nikki, with him now and go through this, or no? This is just what you talked from the council?
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I called it
I
a.
thought we were gonna do a walkthrough down there or something. Yeah, we are getting late. If you want to come over one day, you know, we can do it.
Sure.
I want Eric to be there too when we do it. A walkthrough, or me and Eric could do a walkthrough too, you know. Anytime, it's not on the list.
Next week might be good too, so.
Mhm.
We're gonna have some nice weather, I think so. If you get any free time, give us a call.
Sure.
Pretty much open all the time. So.
Okay.
I think you're probably gonna be working on the shoveling in beds anyway this week, so we'll be down there anyway.
Okay. I can set up something, you too.
Okay?
I
Sounds
got a
good.
question.
Okay,
Where are we at with the final paperwork and payment? What's the status?
So, final paperwork payment would be contingent upon completion of the punch list.
Okay,
That's when we would, do the next pay request, or if there was substantial work done that required another pay request in between then and the completion. Until the work's completed, we would recommend doing a final payment or
Right.
releasing the retainers that's held right.
yeah, are we required to get this done? You know, in the timely manner for that?
As
I
far
mean, not
as,
wait till spring, try to get, since we haven't finished paying.
yeah, I know what you're saying. So sometimes it makes sense to wait, like, they got replacement at concrete down there. The weather may not allow it to happen this fall.
Probably not this
So
year.
some items might have to carry over. If they elect to want to try to make them.
Just so we hold enough money that if they don't come back after we pay, that, you know, we're covered.
So at this point, like, we wouldn't pay anything more until the punch list is complete.
Okay? That's all concerned.
okay.
Anybody have any more questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we'll set a date tonight for snow removal meeting. I don't know, when would you like to meet?
When you want.
Police Chief Whitney just asked if it could be like, 4 or 5 o'clock during the day.
That's
That's
fine
fine.
for me.
Okay. He was
Eric, can you make it at that time? Like 4 or 5?
mean.
One night after work, a little bit or something, yeah.
Yeah, what, day isn't determined yet?
No.
Time?
It'll be Monday or Wednesday next week.
How about Monday,
And that's fine.
the 13th? It's all right here?
Monday after work?
Yeah, okay.
I'll make a motion to set a meeting for November 13th at, what are you gonna do, 4?
4 is fine.
Okay.
Make it.
Yeah, I'll make it at 4 o'clock.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor?
I
Motion carried. Okay, 8.4, discuss 2023 Christmas lighting contest. Beth, you wanna?
So looking through the history here, it looks like the city of Keewatin had a Christmas lighting contest each year.
Yes.
And would you like us to do that again?
I do, but I wanna have just a quick conversation
Okay.
about it.
Go ahead. You were here for?
So I don't know, last year, and maybe Susan, you can, how many people have been signing up?
We've only been doing 2, we used to do 3, and it's gotten so low that we give out 2 first, second, and third, right?
think there's 6 people last year.
6 that participated, and 6 people that won?
Mhm.
I just have a hard time with that, it's like a guaranteed prize, I mean, I don't know. In this part, I'll just be honest with you, because we just had the Halloween party, it's like, I just would like people to participate, like, so it's actually like you're winning. Not that I am opposed to, but it's like, what's the point? I just don't see it.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know,
absolutely fine with even doing 1. I mean, that is
Just
the
one
purpose of it,
first,
to
second,
get the
third.
competition. You know,
You know what
that's
I'm
what
saying
you're
though?
talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like we
Yeah.
had a family costume prize, only one family did it, so then they're automatically the winner, and I'm okay, but maybe it's my competitive nature. I want people to sign up so they actually earn the prize.
You really didn't have a contest, right?
No, it's not a
I'm saying,
contest.
yeah.
So I just, that's where I'm going with it, and then we're just giving money away because it's just a sim. So that's my take, but I'll go with whatever people want.
But if there's 6 to 10 and there's 3 prizes, that's okay.
I think 3
If-
prizes, first, second, and third, just
Yes.
one,
Yep,
that's it.
I see what
Yeah,
you're
1
saying.
per category.
Yeah, we don't need 2 of each, I think,
I'm fine.
I think
Okay.
that's fine.
because I don't want to be a Grinch, but I want people to participate.
Grinch is good.
Forced participation.
I love the Grinch.
I have a question. So apparently in the past there was a grant in
Yes.
Minnesota Power, but we don't get that anymore, right?
Huh?
And
You have
can,
to apply for
He
it.
was just here.
It said they don't do it.
Oh, okay.
so is it legal, Colleen, to give out money, or would it be credit on their utility bill?
Good question. I mean, you could look at it either way. I mean, I think doing a prize, it has to have a public purpose, and that's what you come down to. And if you keep the prizes modest, it's creating goodwill and cheer in the community. So I don't think you're running afoul of that. And that's probably more appreciated than a credit on your bill. I don't know,
Because we always weren't granted the money either.
Exactly.
We were not always.
And as long as it's
What-
open to everybody to participate and you can tie it to a public purpose.
What is the amount?
Was
One hundred,
175 and 50.
So it's not a bad amount, like,
Mhm.
and it's paid out of the public utilities, our, business, whatever.
Are you, okay, so maybe I should be quiet. Are you allowed to do like a sign up fee? Like I'm interested, $5 type of thing? Or no?
You can't.
Why?
I think that gets a little murkier.
I was gonna say that.
Okay, so a little competitive, okay, okay. Yeah, I'll be quiet.
I can't wait to see the lights in your yard.
Yeah.
100 people sign up.
You light up that end of the town, Chris, that, we're all gonna be watching.
Yes?
Mayor, when does this contest start? And when does it end, and who is the judging?
Well, the fire department always does the judging.
Hmm.
And so, typically we do the Monday before Christmas is when we go around. So we'll do December 18th as the date to judge, so. When sign up is and whatever, when you're gonna close sign up, that's whatever you guys want. Typically, it's the Friday before, or the Monday, actually,
It's the
up the
Monday.
Monday up until 4:30 you can sign, up until
No,
4 o'clock
4
you can
o'clock.
sign up.
So you do have to sign up.
Yeah, you do have to sign up.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the 2023 Christmas lighting contest for first, second, and third place, $175 and $50, with sign up until December 18th at 4 p.m. and the judging to be done by the fire department.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I look forward to seeing all your homes.
I better go get my stuff.
8.5.
Gotta go buy some lights.
Approve the RFP for engineering firm for 2024.
And this is the regular one, just like we sent out for the auditors, et cetera? Okay. I'll make a motion to accept the RFP for the engineering for the annual reorganization meeting in January.
I'll support.
Any further discussion?
So we're actually bringing these back in December for approval.
But they're for the January, no?
No, it'll be approved in December
Oh, well,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry, I didn't.
by December 18th. Be completed at the council meeting on the 13th, or approval, and then the agreement, and it is a 2-year agreement.
24.
Okay.
I'll see it.
I'm good.
So you want to amend the motion, maybe just,
Amend the motion to have it done in December, by December 13th, and do I have to say the 18th for final decision?
No, I think the 13th is.
13th?
Yeah.
For the 13th, that's the final decision of
December.
council for a 2-year
Agreement.
agreement. Thank you.
We don't have to add that on the annual, right?
what's that,
We don't have to approve that annually.
the RFP? or-
No, the engineer.
No, I think we
No.
can do a 2-year contract. You're free to do it however you choose, whatever makes sense for you.
We did the same thing when we did the auditor. We used to do it in the organizational every year, and then we moved to a 3-year contract.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll support again.
Okay.
With the amendment.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, 8.7, discuss data request fees for the city of Nashua. Oh, on this one. Review OM&R invoice per the joint sewer agreement.
So Brian and I took a look at the contract, the joint sewer agreement, the second amended one, and had some thoughts about it. And I don't know if this has been dealt with previously, I know with your previous representation, but one question, we had a couple of questions with this first one. You're being invoiced for 3 quarters, and our understanding is that you weren't really online until mid-August. So I'm not sure that you are really operating, maintaining, and repairing the system until that came online. So that's the first question, is whether those dates are correct. The other issue is the employee cost issues under 6.1 and 6.2 of the agreement. 6.1 allows each side to have their own staff manage their side of the sewer line. The agreement does provide for the board by resolution to determine to hire 1 or more employees, provided they approve job descriptions, decide on the extent, intent of, and the type of fringe benefits. And then it has to be passed by resolution. I'm not aware of any such resolution being passed. So there's some question about this employee sharing agreement. I don't know. And again, maybe it had been done and we're just not aware, having been new counsel for you all. But Brian and my recommendation would be that you table this issue tonight, allow and direct him to go ahead and investigate it and maybe prepare a letter to the board to get some clarification. The other thing is there's not a lot of great itemization on that too, so we could probe further into that. And I'm aware that maybe this issue has kind of gone unnoticed in the past, but I think it's worth investigating to make sure that City of Keewatin's paying what it's supposed to be paying under the agreement. So that's our assessment.
So we want to know.
I'll make a motion.
So you might want to do two separate
Yes.
ones, one to table it and one to direct Ryan to take things further with some investigation in a letter.
Okay. I'll make a motion to table, till the next meeting. The OM our invoice for the joint sewer agreement.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? Pam?
Do you want to add 8.7 on there too? Because I don't think we should be paying the data request
Yeah, I
fees.
can address that separately.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
that would have to be separate.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a separate item, so.
Do you have a second part? Do you have a second?
Mm. Are we gonna do them in two separate
Yeah.
motions?
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, first motion carried.
And then I'll make a motion to have, Attorney Lindsay do some investigation and prepare a letter for the OM and our costs, for the joint sewer.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And then again, looking at these other invoices, we had a real question about this. The City of Keewatin is a party to the agreement. You're not a third party seeking data on the Minnesota Data Practices Act. And I saw nothing in the agreement that provides for those kind of fees. So again, same request here that we table it and allow Brian to roll that inquiry into his investigation and letter. Because again, I don't, on face value, see a basis for it.
I'll make a motion to table 8.7 for the data request fees.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. 0.09, discuss citywide brush pickup dates. We usually did it in October, we're already into November, so it could be any time. When would you like them, Eric?
You've been picking up brush and leaves.
I know, that's why it kind of gets put on the side. But people just like to know that they can, some people don't know that. 90% of the town does, I know that.
A lot of them are just, they put it out in the alley.
Right, year round, I know.
And
So I
so,
don't even know why we have it.
Because, Mayor, the reason why we had it is because our last meeting, we talked about staff continually driving up and down alleys every day of the week, picking up sticks and brush and leaves when there's other projects that can be done. That is why it's on the agenda.
I believe that's true. Once a week, I have them go out with the truck. And,
Okay.
you have to sweep the whole town. So, if you miss an alley, you're gonna miss something.
Yeah.
Possibly. So.
And I guess the habit is everybody's putting sticks and branches and everything out whenever they want, and then staff's having to go and pick it up. So that's why we just are talking about having it at a scheduled time of the month or a scheduled time of the year, and that's when it's done. So that staff is doing other things instead of picking up
And lots
sticks.
of other things, and absolutely, I do not send them out every day to pick up brush.
Didn't we used to just do one week in
Spring and fall,
May
yeah.
and 1 week in
Right.
October, correct? That's what
I would love there to be just specific
Well, you
dates.
still,
But they don't do that.
what happens is sometimes there's an hour left in the day, you finish, you don't have enough time to start another project. I would take the guys and say, well, for the last hour, run around town and pick up the brush to stay ahead of it. That's what we used to do. Because sometimes it's too late in the day to start something.
Honestly, I didn't know it was a thing. Because
I mean, I
It
put
has
my
been.
stuff out there all the time, and it's the next day or two, yeah, gone.
Well, I think we need to set a schedule, I feel, just because it can
Or
get
get
out of
back
hand.
on.
Right, or get back on the schedule, yes. And then people aren't gonna be putting things out there all the time because they know this is when it's done. So you're not gonna trim your trees in July when it's not getting picked up till October or whatever. So I think it's just better for,
Yeah.
or you get rid of it yourself.
See, they can't pick up brush with compost. They go to different places. You can't put both in one truck. So they go out and pick up sticks and brush, and then they go pick up garden waste and leaves, because people are really doing that for us now. It's like,
And it's
Yeah.
not supposed
And
to
they're
be
not
picked up.
Correct. They're not supposed to.
And I understand, but that's what's gone on in.
so what do we do? Leave the mess there and just
Well, I think we need to send a letter in the
clarify?
utilities bills
Yes.
with whatever we
Leaves
decide
are going.
tonight. Correct. If they're picking up leaves, then they need to bring them to the compost pile.
Which, you know, a lot of people do. There's
Mm-hmm.
some that, you know, they call.
It's just a lot of new
Yeah.
stuff going on and everyone getting back on the
Maybe
same.
twice a year, send out a letter, yeah, to explain this is the procedure.
And lots of posting.
I feel like it goes back to just even like the line cleaning. I think that in the past practices, you had time to do that stuff, and now you just.
Well, it's hard to do.
It's hard in the absence of a schedule and a procedure. That's the whole thing, because otherwise you'll always be picking up brush and you'll always be picking up it. I mean, it's just. I would be in favor of it having a designated week of this is pickup, this is where you
Bring it
spend.
Designated time.
Otherwise, this spot is you can bring it here, or you can bring it here, have at it, because I haul all my own stuff.
But the
And I know
city's
people
only
can't.
gonna
I know
do
people
it in
can't.
October,
Yeah.
April
May
and
and
October.
Yeah, it's May and
whatever,
October
you know.
typically for a week.
And cleanup days, we were taking, I mean, not, but we were picking up stuff and bringing it to compost and stuff for people, so I know it's out there, I know people just put it out there.
And
But
if I see a
Is that
mess,
the third
I don't wanna
week
leave
of
it.
May, right?
And that's what's gonna happen. People are gonna put it out there, no, it's gonna sit there for 6 months.
we gotta
I've
get.
Well,
already been through this.
We're
I
gonna
know.
send out a letter
When
and there's
people
gonna
come in
be
and complain
postings.
later on, why is this big pile been sitting there for 6 months?
Then maybe we'll charge them to pick up their stuff.
We gotta give people a heads up, that's the whole thing.
Correct.
It's like you have the line cleaning, you gotta give people like,
We need to generate revenue, so.
but you gotta give people a heads up, like, hey, this is coming down the pike, this is
Exactly.
changing. That used to be past practice, but it's not going to be going any forward, this is what to expect. 'Cause
Well, it
otherwise-
wasn't past practice even. That was, you know, there were certain dates that these things were done.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you remember that as well, you know, and now
That's
it
what Tanya
became
said. It's in May and October and that's the end
now
of
it's
it.
become
Otherwise you haul it down, that's it.
constant, you know?
Yeah.
It is.
Simple.
And it'll help
And
you
we'll get
guys,
back into
so
that.
you're not dealing with it all year long.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we set the first week of May and the second week of October. Does that sound
It
like?
sounds fair enough, but May is the one that's undecided until we get into spring.
Yeah.
Because we've run into issues where it's too sloppy and no one's even doing anything.
Or the second week of May?
What I would do is, maybe make a motion to direct Clerk Mackey to put a letter in the public utilities bill saying that the street department's not going to pick up brush on a regular basis. There will be 1 week designated in May and 1 week designated in October to be determined, because
Spring and
of,
fall.
yeah, because of snow and whatnot.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks, 2 weeks. or-
And then,
You know, you need-
and the compost will not be picked up.
Correct, yeah. That is not the application.
First week in May is usually hydrant flushing, so.
Okay.
We clean up too, clean up city, like clean up.
That's, I thought that May
There's
was
a
a
lot
little
going
bit
on.
later because
End of
of,
May?
so,
Okay.
but that's what I would do.
What else?
Oh, okay.
And motion with the new cleanup schedule, spring and fall.
And for that to go in the utility bills?
That's second.
The next Tuesday, yeah, December 1st.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. 8.10, Adopt resolution to apply for and accept funds from Minnesota Pollution Control Agency.
So moved.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Oh, I guess I do have just a comment. So I did send this to Beth for, to apply, just in case. It's for, equipment, off-road equipment, just to see, you know, if we get a grant or whatever. Obviously, it's some matching funds.
Yep.
Do we know what the percentage was yet? No. Okay. Just in case, so she's gonna do some research on it. I thought, why not?
Nice.
At least we can.
We don't have to accept, I mean,
Right.
if it's too much, so.
Correct, yeah. So it's for off-road equipment.
Motion carried.
Motion carried. 8:11, we have a resolution from Keewatin to accept, to go out and ask for funds for, Toys for Tots.
Support.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, we also have here, add on, Eric, you wanna come up and tell us about this air conditioner? Air compressor.
I talked to a couple of our vendors that we deal with a lot, Radco and L&M Supply. And got quotes on the big compressor in the shop. It quit the first time a couple weeks ago. We've been, trying to figure out there was a low, you probably remember that. Low oil indicator, and it wasn't low, we get it running for a while, and then we put it again and run for a while, finally it just, the pump itself locked up. Yesterday, it was this week, it's done, So I went out for prices, Radco for a 2-stage 3-phase, 7.5 horse, $3,900. That's under the dotted line on the Radco one. L&M Supply for that same 7.5 horsepower, 83 phase was $32.99. Call it $3,300. These are both industrial compressors. You could spend $10,000 on a screw type compressor. These are the pump style. It's the most reasonable way to go.
Is that what was in there for the pump style?
Pump style.
Yeah,
And it lasted since 1995,
it's almost 30 years
Who
old.
is that?
Right.
So what's this difference on that, let's see, the 5 horse and the 7.5?
Okay.
The 2,300 and the 39 and then 32 or
If I was
32.
okay with the 5 horse, I would have just went and bought it because it's within my limit. I would rather get something a little heavier.
Okay,
And yeah, then their price went up substantially to $3,900. It's just a much better compressor, puts out more air.
but then that's the same price that you have, right, 7.5, 8 gallon at L&M and it's 3,300.
Yeah.
Okay,
Radco was $3,900 for that bigger 80-gallon tank, 7.5 horse. And these are comparable output and things of that nature. So yeah, versus L&M was $32.99, so $3,300. So L&M is $600 less for basically a comparable compressor.
and then what do these do? These are for all of the,
For the air tools, but in the shop, it runs our bulk oil.
from the
So we
oil.
can't get any oil out of our 55-gallon drums without air. The grease gun, the air grease gun we use on the bigger equipment. So, yeah,
There's all the tires. You gotta have it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to move ahead with L&M Supply at $32,999. These are under warranty, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. There we have any reports?
We got a very nice telephone call today from, someone within the city of Keewatin complimenting that our police chief was seen up on the main highway changing a person's tire. And they thought that we should know that that good deed was done.
Nice.
We got another call from a constituent that was very happy with the snow plowing that the county came through and did. And they lived on the road over by Olson's body shop. Have you heard anything?
Yes, all good things. They came here early in the morning, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and did the town, sanded it, took care of Olson's Road. Yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure, they came through with a really nice, street sweeper, and swept all the streets too,
Oh, that's what I heard.
which was nice, yeah. So it's working out good.
Can I give a quick update on the Halloween party here?
Please.
So, the Halloween party, I'll say it was, we had a lot of volunteers. Everybody was very flexible with all the changes. And so, I'll say it was a success. All the kids were happy, which is always nice. Let's see, we did games this year. I think we had like 5 or 6 games and the kids had a lot of fun with that. We ended up dumping out some of the bags of candy and giving kids candy that way. They were going pretty excited about the games, but we definitely need a bigger area. So I am excited for the future to hope that we can get over into a bigger spot because we had so many people sandwiched in there at a certain point in time where it's hard to move, it's hard to hear. We had the 4th of July microphone thing.
Inside.
Yeah. So that was a little obnoxious. I felt weird using it actually. But they don't hear in there. And so needless to say, like lots of smiles. I picked up, there will be thank you cards and stuff like that. So there's so many people that I don't want to pinpoint any specific person, but so many great people that signed up. And when you have so many volunteers that you're not sure where people are gonna go, you know that it was a good day, so.
Thank
So
you.
that's that. And we stayed well under budget with a lot of generous people too, so I think we only spent half of our money. So more for next year.
And then, Mayor, I have a report for Brian too.
Okay.
Council wants it now. So I think at your last meeting, you directed him to look back into the project manual entered into with USA and the city on the work that was done and get the commencement dates, different dates. We went through it and the commencement date was May 21st, 2021. The substantial completion date was October 21st, 2021. Final completion date was October 21st, 2022. Contract times could only be changed with a change order. There was some provisions about claim adjustments and delays, whatnot, that gets into more detail. But Brian basically recommended if and when the council's ready to consider more detail on that and in light of perhaps liquidated damages, that there would be grounds to do that either in a closed session of a regular meeting or do a special closed meeting to discuss those options since it involves attorney-client privileged information regarding possible litigation, or it also would involve the city giving up potentially personal property or making adjustments accordingly. So that's just his report. You don't have to do anything about it today if you don't want to, but we do have the documents and we checked through it, and so he's prepared to do that anytime if our council's ready.
I would like to see it move forward as quickly as possible, so we can get done and move on with life in Keewatin without the sewer plant tying us down and.
Yeah,
Be nice.
I agree. The 22nd, like at 4 work?
Is that for a special meeting you're thinking?
That would be the same night as the council meeting?
Council meeting?
Or,
Yeah.
I mean, next Wednesday, we could do a special if, whatever he's available, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have a schedule sadly, but I know we're staggering this month with our cities, so I know, the Wednesday, one of us obviously would be available. We can make sure that he's here as opposed to me.
Okay.
Or the other Wednesday may work. I just don't know if he's got other meetings scheduled.
Yeah,
that
and
are-
I know that's the day before Thanksgiving, so
Right.
people
If you
might
find
be
out
traveling,
that's
yeah.
a
For sure,
different-
for sure.
Either, then maybe the 15th or the 29th.
Yeah, and I don't know, I mean, maybe you could just leave it open and have clerk back and check with
Okay,
him
sure.
tomorrow on his exact
Okay.
schedule.
Yeah.
Just give enough time to notice it.
Okay, I'll just make a motion to have Clerk Mackey schedule a closed meeting, attorney-client privilege, whenever the attorney is available.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Anything else? Yeah, I will, something to say, we thank the council for purchasing that John Deere tractor. We got it running, went and picked it up, brought it home. It works excellent. We got a few little dings and stuff on it that we gotta fix. And, it will adapt. In the end, we'll be able to use all our attachments that we use for the Bobcat forks, sweeper. I mean, and then we'll also be able, we got a bunch of other attachments for it with it. So, and we got buckets, so we can use it as a backup loader. We'll probably plowing alleys with it. You'll see it running all over the town. It won't be long. Very good addition to the town.
Nice.
At a very reasonable price.
Yeah,
So, they don't come along very often like that.
that's for sure. That's awesome.
Okay, anything else?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 6:05.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.